coming back with them big trophies, they'd have never kept on giving me more drugs. But that's what happens when you get dealing with that sort of temptation. So because when I came home from that jail and kept on working, I used to always say, one day, I'm going to go and get my son because I don't want my son to end up being like me. And guess what? One day I used to go see this movie called South Central. Anybody ever seen the movie South Central? Well, I'm going to tell you that story too. I used to say, I've seen that movie probably 20 times because I wanted to be different than any guy, and I'm not being disrespectful. When I came up, most guys said they were fathers, but they weren't fathers. They were on those posters where they say, have you seen your kid yet? I wasn't going out like that. So one day my sister said, you got to go to court, you got to go get your son. If not, he's going to be put through the system. And I was living in a shelter. But it was time to stand up and be a man. Well, I went and got him. He was like 8 years old. I didn't know what I was going to do, but I knew it was time to stand up and become a man. And I went and got him. And from that point on, from a little small shelter, right? Moving to an apartment, moving to a house, and traveling all over the world with me, meeting the best people in the world, I would never know that one day I would be starring one of the biggest TV shows on the planet with Bruce Lee's daughter. And Bruce Lee used to be on my wall. That's what changed my life. But how in the world would I one day be standing side by side with Bruce Lee's daughter? And then, you know what topped it off? They put my son on the show. And guess what? I was on TV playing me, the band, with my son side by side. Then A&E did a documentary and did my whole life story. And the rest was history. I was able to take all of that bad stuff and flip it, raise my son, and one of the things I always had in my mind, I wanted to come back and get back to Baltimore. So regardless of how successful I got, I kept on saying I need to come back to the hood because you know what? I believe people need to show you whatever sport you're doing, if they don't show you how to do a resume, they don't show you how to do a portfolio, they don't show you how to do a thesis to go to college, they don't show you how to dress, they don't show you how to sit down and talk to David John or Russell Simmons or whoever it may be as a successful, positive person, then you can be as good all you want. Especially when you're black, you ain't going most places. You know why? I'm going to be real with you. I still go to that battle everywhere I go. But you know what? I learned to suck it up, be polite, and then I can keep on going in the boardroom dealing with people. I can have a karate school where I own my own building. So I ain't got to have a building in the hood that ain't mine. I got my own building where I teach martial arts at. And I have my own magazine and my own clothing line. All this stuff is our stuff. As that little song said, Calvin Klein ain't no friend of mine. Well, he's not. I ain't worried nobody else's stuff. I'm going to worry my own. But the important thing is about that, we have students that went off and started in Mr. Marco, world champion movies. As I say, there's a documentary out right now. MTV Punks. I mean, the list goes on. And most importantly, a lot of the adults that come. I don't know why these people come and learn from me. But I know when you come in that door, I'll always be honest with you. Because I want you to know the truth. Because I really want to build up the person. But most importantly, what I do, sometimes and I'll be honest with you guys, if I could still go back and do what I used to do and not end up going to jail or dying, I probably would still be doing it because it's easy. It's easy to be irresponsible, talk slick like, yo, what's up? Sometimes I talk to you like right now, I used to be talking in codes like Gilzac, Wizard, this or without. I want to change my life so now when I die, I'm not going to leave them debt. I'm going to leave them wealth. And wealth is about just being able to learn how to talk right, speak right, and break the cycle that most people look at you. And most people might not tell you, but I don't care how much education you get, and most of these men will tell you, as long as your skin, and that young man will tell you that too, as long as your skin is that way, you're going to have a battle for the rest of your life. But if you come in, you say, thank you, sir, come in with a suit and a tie, guess what? They're going to realize that you're so respectful, they don't know what to do with you. And that's what we try to do, and that's what we try to teach everybody. When you come to our school is so culturally diverse. We got white, Chinese, Korean, all race of people, right?
Yes, sir.
That ain't supposed to be happening. You wouldn't even think it's owned by, right, Mr. Dwight? It's like, why do all these wealthy people come to me? Because I tell the truth. I tell their kids what I went through because all those parents say, I don't want my kid to go through that. The reason why he got his little son right there, because Steve, he don't want his son to go through what he went through. And everybody go through the struggle. It don't matter if you white or black. He done been through the struggle. He done been through the struggle. But as long as we learn that, Kurt, you can do all this, But the real character is getting up 3 o'clock in the morning, dropping down, making prayer, say, God, whatever you want me to do today, I will do. That's how I start every day, 3 o'clock. Because if I can get up 3 o'clock and sell drugs, then I can get up and praise God. And that's what I do, and I'm going to do that until the day I die. I'm in the gym every day, I'm thanking God every day, and I'm being kind and thankful for all these people, and especially the white. You know? So that's my story. But without him and without these people, I would not have any story. And all of us got a story. So
I would say this, in all honesty and sincerity. What Bam is sharing with you, this is not a book that he read. This was a life that was built upon him. When Bam was young, I remember his first effort to start this at McKim. I said, you don't know what you're doing. I probably put the adjectives in it. And Kenneth Parker saw him and some other kids on the playground, bouncing and flipping. Kenny came to me and said, Dwight, let me have him. He let him have him. After a while, these kids were like really fantastic in gymnastics. We had 2 trampolines donated to us by Ringling, Barnum, and Bailey Circus. They wore both of them out. The insurance company came to us and said, that's a liability. You can't have the trampoline. By that time, they were traveling all around the city in various churches. I remember them being on a platform stage at Golden Presbyterian Church. The stage is probably that wide, from right there to there. They had no fear. They did it. And the true thing about Bam is he never doubted his ability. He always showed humility and honor to God and family. And over the years we've been talking, he's here today to share with you, but what he really wants to do is bring the same thing here for you. There's always going to be one of you in here, maybe 5 of you in here, that are going to outdo him. Not so much as the martial art, but you have to let the world know. Let the world know that you have talent. And if you got the God-given talent, that's the most wonderful blessing you can do. I love it. And when he says he want to come back, the doors are going to be open. We're going to make this space open. We're going to make some other spaces. And it's not so much as what you try to be, it's what you go through. Once you go through, because many of you don't know, when we first started wrestling, I'll say it, the world was against me. We were the only predominantly black team in the league. We had to battle. We had to show the best that I can. One of the other things it did for me was this. The same kind of lifestyle the band was exposed to, I was exposed to. The drugs, the dope, the project world. But I had to do one thing. That was to be there for bands. Be there for Lumpy Joe. Be there for all these kids. I had to do it. I went out there, we went out to wrestling matches, and they booed us. They took tags and threw them on the mat. We had an incident at Dunbar High School. They said, well, we're not having more home matches for McKim. For 10 years, I had to travel. This was all to make me do what? Quit. And that's what we won't do. And as I say, fam, I say this to you, we love you, your family, and we hope that this presentation will be the beginning of a million kids getting involved with them and just walking through it. Each one of you is not going to be a world-renowned champ. You're getting ready to embark in something that's difficult. Like Ben said, it's easy to sell drugs. But to do the thing Marco can do the thing Bam can do, that takes a discipline. And each one of you has it. So I want to thank you, Bam. Marco, thank you too for coming up.
And I just wanted to say something. One thing it was a hard lesson for me when people used to come and talk to me, I used to laugh. I used to act like I ain't really want to hear what they were saying until they stopped coming. When they used to come and talk, I used to just close my eyes and not listen to them. And I asked my instructor one time when I at my school, I said, why should people hate me in Baltimore? All I want to do is get out the hood. He said, you know what, you're going to always be hated most in your hometown. It's not until you get out your home and you become famous around the world that they have to respect you. Somebody, I mean, you can, and I know a lot of people are interested in MMA, you know, and it might not be some here, but as I told the white, maybe we can bring something and show them how they can go on the world stage. We're not talking about a little stage. We're talking about giving somebody a chance to compete at an Arnold Schwarzenegger show. And Maybe you don't know who that is, but I know who that is. Okay? They give you a chance to audition for a movie with a Wesley Snipes or somebody else. I don't care where you at, but I got his #1 speed dial. It doesn't matter. We're trying to give people, because I believe, you know what, and I always tell my students, if you can get people that got the heart that we got in the inner city to come on this level, we'll destroy everybody else. And I want my students at this level to have the opportunity to experience your level, and when they two come together, we make each other strong. Don't ever let somebody tell you you're too dumb. You got a heart and a spirit, man. If you never ever go out there and let somebody take that spirit away from you, you can do things far beyond your wildest dreams, even better than me and Mr. Dwight. But it takes a man like this. I mean, he's been so committed to McKim's, and I don't think a lot of times, I mean, he could have left a long time ago. This man been there since I was a little kid, since the Muggsy Bogues. How can a man be so humble to just continue? 58 years. 50 years, okay, I need 50
years. And I was 13 when I came.
And he's still pushing. He's still, I mean, maybe somebody might tell you, I know when he told me, you know, he couldn't help, you know, man, you don't know what you're doing, but he didn't mean that. He gave me the desire to go out and do what I'm doing so now we can come back. And all I want to do, and that's what this guy right here, he heads our Stronger Than Drugs program. What we want to do, we want the world to know about McKim's. If McKim's got a problem, if McKim needs financial help, if we can unite together, we can do those things for McKim's. And I mean, without McKim's, I wouldn't be who I am. I think we should give Dwight a hand for real, because that's how